All right. Sorry, we had a bit of a glitch there. We weren't on YouTube, apparently. So now we are on YouTube. And welcome to everyone to another Zohar reading. I'm just seeing the chat now on YouTube that no, it wasn't a problem with the time change, but just there was a problem with going live on YouTube. It seemed to be live, but there was a problem there. So hello to everyone and welcome. We actually went through and did a hello to everyone on Facebook, which is running. So hello to you, Stephen, Rosie and Clara on Facebook, and Marina and Eva. It looks like you made your way over. And we'll go through everyone again here on YouTube, saying hello and sending their love before it went into an array of checking whether we were actually live or not. So that's a hello to Carl, Crystal, Dewey, Tolik, sending his love from Brooklyn, Olu, Sylvie, Sean, Mel, hello from Melissa in Sydney, and Sean from Melbourne there, and Eva from Woodstock, Ontario, Ed, hello from Northern Ohio, Lisbeth, greetings from the Netherlands, Marina, hello friends, love from California, Rosie sending a warm hello and love from Middle Tennessee, Annie from North Carolina, Albert, greetings from Germany, Sonia, hello from Oslo in Norway, Ashley, shalom everyone from Chicago, I'm Ashley, sending all my love and positive vibes to all. Patricia, looks like the time change in Israel. Okay, so now we're getting to the to those kinds of messages. So, yep, we're here. Today we're going to be reading from the Zohar, the section for Noah, which is this week's portion. So that's what we're going to get into today. To make it easy for you, I put the link in the chat and in the description, so you can follow that link. Won't go through again showing you how you can find it on the site because it's a bit laborious. So just follow that link. We made it nice and easy for you. You have the whole Noah section there from Zohar For All there. You can open it up if you so wish, or download it for later because it's really exclusive here. We compiled it all there specifically for you today in this Zohar reading. And before we get into it, we'll just watch a short clip of Kabbalist Dr. Michael Laitman, our teacher, saying a few words about how Noah's Ark speaks not about any a physical occurrence so much as an inner process, an inner journey that we go through in our spiritual path. So let us hear it from Kabbalist Dr. Michael Laitman, and then we'll get straight into the reading of this week's portion of Noah.
Turkey inaugurated a new visitor center named Noah's Ark. It was built on Mount Ararat, where according to tradition, Noah's Ark was anchored. The center was built by donations from Jews, Christians, and Muslims from all over the world. The center displays finds and fossils discovered at the site, and excavations are expected soon to locate the remains of the Ark. The search for the Ark is very exciting for many. And I wanted to ask, is it a true story or just a fairy tale? Suppose even if you were to find a few boards there, then what would that give you? Did it or didn't it exist? You'd get a clear answer. I tend to think that it existed. And what? What does the entire story of Noah's Ark come to teach us? That there was a flood? And what? They say that now soon there's also going to be a flood. What do we need to do today in order to protect ourselves from a possible flood? You have 8 billion people in the world. They won't fit in the Ark. Right, so how do we protect ourselves? By not allowing the flood to happen. How? By listening to what the Creator says. And what is He saying? That we need to be connected. Do you think that good or bad relations between people are related to eco-disasters like a flood, for example, that erases everything? For sure. Undoubtedly, only we, by the bad relations between us, bring about all of these blows that we later get from nature. Does the coin also have another side? That if we'll learn how to treat each other favorably, then everything's going to be fine, and we're going to have a good, nice, and tranquil life with each other. Where's the control room where it's decided that if people treat each other favorably, then we'll have it good here on Earth, and if they don't, then we'll send them a flood, a plague? It's embedded in the laws of nature that we're a part of. What does nature want to tell us? The bottom line, that it is forbidden for us to push the system of nature out of balance. we're pushing nature out of balance by treating each other badly? Yeah? That's the main thing. You have the still, the vegetative, the animate, and the speaking. On the speaking, the human level, which is the highest degree, the relations between us unequivocally determine what will happen with the entire system.
Okay, so Zohar for All, section Noah and the Ark. 1. Happy are Israel who engage in Torah and know the ways of Torah, for which they will be rewarded with the next world. 2. All of Israel have a portion in the next world because they keep the covenant on which the world stands. As it is written, if my covenant is not day and night, I have not appointed the ordinances of heaven and earth. They keep the circumcision in K'tusha, in holiness, to not defile it with a layer of vain semen and incest. Therefore, Israel, who are keeping the covenant because they have taken it upon themselves, have a portion in the next world. 3. Moreover, this is why Israel are called righteous, and anyone who keeps the covenant on which the world stands is called righteous. From where do we know that? From Joseph, because he kept the everlasting covenant and did not fail with his master's wife. He was rewarded with being called righteous, as it is written, and your people are all righteous. It is also written, Noah was a righteous man, that he was keeping the covenant. This is why his generations persisted, and this is why it is written, these are the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, for they are dependent on one another. 4. And a river comes out of Eden to water the garden. The river is Yesod, which comes out of Eden, Chokhmah, and enters the garden, Malchut, watering it with a potion of above and giving it contentment, making fruits and growing seeds. Then there is contentment to all, which is contentment to the garden, which has fruits. It brings contentment to the river, as it is the one that makes the fruits, as it is written, because in it he rested, in the river Yesod. It is also written, and he rested on the seventh day. In the garden, Malchut. And he rested comes from the word rest and contentment. This is the Yesod that makes generations. It is the river that comes out of Eden, because no other sphira makes fruits. Noah 5. Noah below was a holy covenant, like the Yesod of above, the river that comes out of Eden. This is why he was called a man of the ground, since the ground is Malchut, and Yesod is Malchut's man. Noah needed the ark, Malchut, in order to connect in it and sustain the descendants of the entire world, as it is written, to keep their descendants alive. 6. The ark is the ark of the covenant, Malchut, after she received into her the Yesod, called covenant. Noah and the ark below were as Yesod and Malchut of above, since concerning Noah it is written, covenant, as it is written, and I will establish my covenant with you. And as long as the covenant did not exist in him, he did not come to the ark, since it is written, and I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark, for then the ark becomes the ark of the covenant. That is, after it received Noah the righteous into it, meaning a covenant, it becomes the ark of the covenant. 7. Ark and Noah are as Malchut and the covenant of above. And since the covenant of above makes generations, Noah too makes generations, as it is written, these are the generations of Noah. He makes generations like the covenant of above, Yesod of Atzilut, because he was rewarded with the holy covenant, Yesod of Atzilut, called covenant is on him. 8. Noah was a righteous man, like the Yesod of above. This is why it is written, a righteous is the foundation, the Yesod, of the world. The earth, Malchut, exists on it, and he is the pillar on which the world Malchut stands. This is why he is called the foundation of the world. That foundation is a righteous, and Noah was righteous below, in the souls. This is why it is written, Noah was a righteous man, teaching us that the world exists on him. 9. Noah walked with God. He never retired from him, from Malchut, and he was rewarded with being a righteous man in the earth, such as above, the foundation of the world, a covenant of peace and the peace of the world. He is certainly a man of the ground, the husband of the ground. This is why it is written, and Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord, was favored by him. 10. He was complete in his generations. His generations are the generations that came out from him. He complements all of them with his righteousness, and he himself is more complete than all of them. He was complete in his generations means that his completeness complemented all the generations that came out from him and became complete thanks to all the generations that came out from him. He was complete, meaning he was born circumcised, in his generations, which came out from him, and not in the generations of the world. But although he was complete in all the generations of the world, it is still written, in his generations, since all the generations of the world are his generations as they come from him. 11. Noah was worthy of being in one connection with the ark and entering it since the day the world was created. But as long as they did not connect as one, the world was not established properly. Afterwards it is written, and from these the earth was populated. Populated is like the upper ark, which is the garden, since from there onward is the separation, and the generations have spread in all directions. Once they came out and were corrected in the ark, they could be in the world of separation without being blotted out like the generation of the flood. 12. The branches below are similar to their roots above. This is why it is written, these are the generations of Noah. These are the generations, and not the first, who did not exist in the world since the foundation of the world, Noah, is the one who makes fruits exist in the world. All that is said about Noah and the ark below implies to their roots, above, in Atzilut. The measure of the ark implies the measure of the construction of the mochin in the ark of above, Malchut, which is built by Yesod of Zeir Anpin. 3 measures are mentioned regarding it, length, width, and height, which are Chabad. The length is Chokhmah, but it is extended from Bina, who becomes Chokhmah, whose digits are hundreds. This is the gar that the ark receives, as it is written, 300 cubits is the length of the ark. Kachab, each of which is 100. The width is Bina, with regard to the chasadim in it, which illuminate in all of her 5 sfirot, Kachab Tum. And because they are chasadim, each sfira is regarded as only 10, and they are, as it is written, the breadth of it 50 cubits. The height is the da'at, the incorporation of chokhmah and chasadim together, like the imaginary height, which is the incorporation and growth of the length and width together. It is extended to the ark from Zeir Anpin, whose digits are tens, and illuminates Kachab in her gar, like the length. This is why it is written, and the height of it 30 cubits. Thus the measures of the structure of the ark by Noah are as the measures of the structure of Malchut by Yesod of Zeir Anpin. 13. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man. Why does it write Noah twice? Each righteous in the world has 2 spirits, one in this world and one in the next world. So it is with all the righteous to which the Creator called, Moses, Moses, Jacob, Jacob, Abraham, Abraham, Samuel, Samuel, Shem, Shem, all but Isaac. It is not written Isaac twice, because when Isaac was sacrificed on the altar, his soul, which was in him in this world, had departed. And since it was said to Abraham, Blessed is he who revives the dead, meaning he was told, Do not send out your hand to the lad, after he had already sent out his hand to slaughter him. Only his soul that is in the next world returned to him. This is why he is not called Isaac, Isaac. This is also why the Creator did not unify his name on a righteous in his life, but only on Isaac, since he was regarded as dead because he did not have a soul from this world, but from the next world, as those who pass away from this world have. It is written, For he puts no trust in his holy ones, and the heavens are not pure in his eyes, since he does not unify his name on the righteous in his life. 14. Because Noah was righteous, he praised him twice, as it is written, Noah, Noah. It is also written, he was a complete man in his generations. If he were in other generations, such as in the generation of Abraham, the generation of Moses, the generation of David, he would not be regarded as wicked. He would not be regarded as anything. But see what he has done in a generation where all are wicked. Much less if he were in a generation where all are righteous, what would he do? Section Go See the Works. 15. It is written, Go see the works of the Lord, who has wrought desolations in the earth. The prophecy appears to people through the deeds that the Creator does. When the prophecy appears after preceding harsh deeds, it is called a harsh image or vision. The name is what causes everything. Hence, one should examine the name of the thing because the Creator put it in people's mouths to name names in the earth, as it is written, Go see the works of the Lord, through the names that people gave to actions in the earth, since the Creator placed the names in their mouths by prophecy through preceding actions. 16. And he called his name Noah, saying, This one shall comfort us from our work and from the sadness of our hands. It is written saying, and it is written this one. Saying is the nukva, malchut. This one is a righteous, Noah. Here it is written, this one, and there it is written, this is the Lord for whom we waited. This that is written there is the Lord, who is called righteous, and this that is written here implies Noah, who is called righteous, like the Creator. And he called his name Noah. The upper nukva, Malchut, called him Noah, saying that the nukva said, This one, Noah, shall comfort us from our work and from the sadness of our hands. Happy are the righteous who are signed in the lists of the king's ring, meaning the Creator, as they are written in his name, and he places names in the earth, in the mouths of people, so they will call everything by its name as it should be. 17. It is written, and he called his name Noah, and it is written, and he called his name Jacob. Why is the not written with Jacob as it is with Noah? The word does not appear in the English translation. Comes to include the Shekhinah, Nukva, who is called This is why, with Jacob, whose degree is a Merkava, a chariot or a structure, for the Creator alone, it is not written but with Noah, who is righteous, always connected to the Shekhinah, it is therefore written which is the Shekhinah that is included with Noah. Section Good is a man who is gracious and lends. 18. Good is a man who is gracious and lends. He will consider his words in judgment. Good is a man is the Creator, who is called good, as it is written, The Lord is good to all. It is also written, The Lord is a man of war, and he pardons and lends to all, to Yesod. It is so because Havaya, Ziranpin, bestows and lends the abundance of Mochin to Yesod for the place, for he does not have his own, the Nukva, since the place, the Nukva, is nourished by Yesod. He will consider his words in judgment, since that thing, the Nukva, is nourished only by judgment, the mochin of illumination of Chokhmah. As it is written, justice and judgment are the foundation of your throne. Thus justice, the nukva, is nourished by the judgment. The lending is, as was said, the mother lends her clothes to her daughter, since the nukva has nothing of her own to receive the mochin, but borrows them from Ima. She receives them through Zeranpin, as it is written, good is a man, the creator, who is gracious and lends the abundance to Yesod for the nukva. For by that he will consider his words, the nukva, with judgment, with the great mochin. 19. Good is a man, is a righteous, as it is written, say to the righteous that it is good, for they will eat the fruit of their actions. Thus the righteous is called good. Good is a man, is Noah, as it is written, Noah was a righteous man. Good is a man is Yesod of Zeranpin, called righteous, or Noah the righteous, who is gracious and lends the abundance of mochin to the nukva. By that he will consider his words nukva with judgment in mochin of gadlut. Good is a man was said in praise of the Sabbath, in mochin of the Sabbath day, as it is written, it is good to thank the Lord. The light of the Sabbath is the light of the purpose of heaven and earth, which illuminates at the end of correction. Therefore, prior to the end of correction, it illuminates only as a loan, as we learn. They borrowed from me, and I repay. Hence, good is a man who is gracious and lends, is written in the Sabbath lights given as a loan. 20. It is all one, where this one, the righteous, makes generations in the world. The generations of the world are the souls of the righteous, who are a fruit of the work of the Creator. 21. When the Creator crowns himself with his crowns, he crowns himself from above and from below. From above is from the deepest place, which is Abba Ve'ima. He also crowns himself from below, from the souls of the righteous. Then life is added from above and from below. The place of the temple is included with all the sides. The cistern is filled, the sea completed, and he gives life to all. It is so because the mochin of the souls of the righteous come out in 3 points, holam, shuruk, chirik, like the mochin of Zeranpin. It was clarified in mochin of Zeranpin that in Yesut, 2 points, holam and shuruk, mi'ele, come out first. Those are the 2 lines, right and left, and they are in dispute and cannot illuminate until a coupling is made on the screen of Zeranpin that rose there in Man, and the level of Chasadim emerges on it, the point of Chirik and the middle line. Then it decides between the lines, which are Mi'ele, and they connect in the name Elokim. This is why it is said in the Zohar, and Jacob awoke, who is the middle line that came out on the screen of Chirik. He sees Abraham, the point of Cholam, and the right line, which was established on the right side, and then both of them grip Isaac, the point of Shuruk, and the left line, one from this side and one from that side. Then the power of the judgments of the left line cannot come out, but dresses and becomes incorporated in the right. Therefore, the Zeranpin, who caused the completion of the mochin in Yeshut, is himself rewarded with these mochin, as it was said, since 3 come out of 1, one is rewarded with the 3 of them. In just that manner emerge the mochin of the souls of the righteous. First, the 2 points Cholam and Shuruk emerge in Zon, the 2 lines right and left, where Zeranpin is established at the point of Cholam, and right line, and the Nukva is established at the point of Shuruk and left line. Then they are in dispute, and neither illuminates in wholeness until the souls of the righteous rise to them for Man. Then the level of Chasadim emerges there on the screen in the souls of the righteous. The point of Chirik and the middle line, the Chasadim proliferate through the middle line and through the right line. The judgments in the Nukva are cancelled, and she connects with Zeranpin. And the souls of the righteous are rewarded with that measure of wholeness they have caused in Zon as well. This is why it was said that when the Creator, Zeranpin, crowns himself with his crowns, he is corrected in his crowns, in the mochin. He crowns himself from above and from below, becomes corrected from above and from below, at the mochin of the point of cholam, the right line, which it receives from above, from Abba Ve'ima, and in the mochin of the point of chirik, the middle line, which it receives from below, from the souls of the righteous. From above it receives from the deepest place, from Abba Ve'ima. From them come the mochin of the point of cholam and the right line. It is corrected from below with the souls of the righteous, in mochin of the point of chirik that emerge on their screen. At that time, life proliferates by the chasadim from above, from the point of cholam, and the chasadim from below, from the point of chirik. And the place of the temple, the nukva, is incorporated in all the sides. It is so because nukva of Ziranpin, regarded as mochin of the point of shuruk and the left line, who was disputed with Ziranpin, the right line, has now made peace because she is surrounded by chasadim on both sides, from the right line and from the middle line. With respect to her chasadim, the Zohar calls her a siston. With respect to the chokhmah, it calls her sea. Hence, when the siston is filled with chasadim, her chokhmah dresses in chasadim, and the sea is completed. At that time it gives life to all, giving mochin to the souls of the righteous, since the souls of the righteous are rewarded with the same measure that they cause to be completed in Zon. We'll leave it there for today, everyone. We've gone a bit over time because we also had a bit of a glitch at the beginning. And we'll leave you, everyone here. We won't say a goodbye to everyone, we'll just say a general goodbye. And we'll leave you with another clip of Kabbalist Dr. Michael Laitman discussing this internal aspect of Noah's Ark and what's going on in this well-known story. So until next week, have a great one, everyone. Thank you.
What is Noah's Ark? What does this parable tell us about? What does it have to remind us about? It's supposed to remind us that we're in one small ark, and the world, it's not in vain that it seems to us ever smaller, as a small village, because we're more interconnected. Place is limited, you can easily reach every place. And this is actually what the Torah tells us about. It tells us that all of humanity is actually under one roof. All the fish and animals and beasts and chicken and birds and people and their food, we're all in one small ark. Regardless that instead of a small family, we're now 7 billion people. Doesn't matter. The house, it stays a house. And we have no place to escape to from this ark. And whoever wants to escape immediately falls into the malicious waters and has no chance of being saved from death. But only if we're together in one ark, where all of us are interconnected, where we all understand that all in all, we are created by one upper force, and we have to be together, interconnected, in mutual understanding and recognition, and even in reciprocal love. Only on this condition can we be saved from the waters of the flood, otherwise they'll wash us and we'll have no chance of being saved. The ark itself, the walls, as strong as they are, it will protect us only if we'll make sure that inside the lions and the chicken and the fish and the birds and also people, All of us understand that in order to be saved, we have to be mutually connected in reciprocal love, in mutual responsibility and guarantee, in Hebrew called arvut. And then this upper force called Mei Binah, the Creator, this force guards us, and then we're protected and we can be saved from all of the evil which exists in the malicious waters.